Red Wings hockey on Fox Sports Detroit is brought to you by Xfinity. Call 1-800-XFINITY today for a great offer. Ram Chucks. Ram 1500 is Motor Trend's 2014 Truck of the Year and first ever back-to-back champion. And by Meijer. Spring is almost here. Come into Meijer and save on everything you need to refresh your home, wardrobe, and yard.
Special for me to have number 5 head up through rafters next to the other guys that are up there. Thank you for this tremendous honor. Thank you.
What a night it was last night at Joe Louis Arena as number 5 was retired for all time, immortalized by the Red Wings. And the one moment that I think struck a chord with all the fans was when Nick talked to his family and said, it's not just my name on the back of these jerseys, it's our name, referring to his family. So Nick Lidstrom and his family, 30 of them, were here at the Joe today on the morning after, taking some pictures, a little chance to remember a little bit more what was truly a special couple of days in the Lidstrom family history. So Nick will return to Sweden at some point. Meanwhile, this Red Wings team has taken on a decidedly more local connection. It's our McDonald's fun fact. Never before in team history have there been 5 Michiganders playing for the Red Wings. That's now the case with the newly acquired David Legwand joining Abby and DeKeyser and Glendening and Miller, all from the Mitten State, all getting set to take on the New Jersey Devils on this Friday night downtown. Let's get it going to Ken Daniels now. Upstairs.
Thank you, John. Our goaltenders are brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers, and both goaltenders, the first meeting of the season, are meeting again tonight. The Red Wings won that one 3-1 in New Jersey in early December. Corey Schneider and Jonas Gustafsson, who was a winner his last outing in Ottawa and is 6-1-1 his last 8 starts. And Gustafsson in his career against the Devils 4-1-1. He's had a terrific season, just needs to stay healthy. Last Tuesday night, it was Marty Brodeur and Jimmy Howard in the nets. When Brodeur won that one, he's backing up Schneider tonight. And we're underway as Kronwall in there against Jaromir Jagr, the 700-goal scorer, 7th to that in the National Hockey League. Puck is knocked away, and Franzen, who's out with Nyquist, and David Legwand, number 17. Nyquist with a shot that Corey Schneider deflects away easily. Schneider another save. Franzen on it. Here's Legwand in front. Tipped by Nyquist. Saved by Schneider, who owns the second best goals against in the National Hockey League at 1.92.
Well, he's earned on the number 1 spot, and there's been a lot of speculation, of course, about Marty Brodeur and, you know, winding down his career, a wonderful career that he has all kinds of records for guys that put that equipment on. But Schneider unquestionably is the number 1 goaltender over there. And Brodeur was expecting to and hoping to get moved at the deadline. That didn't happen. Lou Lamoriello said, no, you're staying here, Marty. But this kid's the future of the goaltending for the New Jersey Devils for sure. And boy, oh boy, it's been quite a ride for the goaltenders in this league the last couple of years. And with Luongo getting moved, and he's supposed to start tonight in Florida, and that whole Vancouver situation, a lot of talk about goalies in this league.
They gave up their first-round pick to get Corey Schneider. Bo Horvath, who will be a future star for Vancouver, many feel. And the Zubris will put one in back of the goal. Zubris number 8. Michael Ryder moves in on Brendan Smith, who's a defense pair with Jakob Kindl, who returns to the lineup tonight. Ryder's got it. Kindl in for Brian Lashoff. Kindl's missed the past 6 with a sprained MCL. February 3rd for number 4 was his last game. Smith getting it ahead through center. Yurko will shoot it in. Up along with Tatar. It's knocked over the head of Shea, and down the ice it goes. Icing indicated here as Quincy goes back, and the faceoff will come back into New Jersey territory.
Well, back-to-back nights, Mike Babcock's going to have to watch his team. It was a very high-energy game last night against Colorado, and a game they did almost everything very, very well, but still did not get the 2 points. A couple of breakdowns that Colorado took advantage of. So back-to-back with New Jersey sitting here last night resting. The Red Wings would like to get the lead last night, or tonight like they did last night, and hang on to it and play safer hockey and not be chasing it.
Schneider will move it around. Eric Jalina, the rookie, number 22. Devils with only 2 rookies in their lineup, both defensemen, Jalina and John Merrill. As it's backhanded in deep by Adam Henrique. The Red Wings already better off than they were in the meeting Tuesday night when Henrique scored just 27 seconds into the hockey game Tuesday to give the Devils a 1-0 lead. New Jersey also scored 41 seconds into the third to tie the game 2-2 and 37 seconds left to win it. So early or late goals for the Devils have were the story last Tuesday night in New Jersey. Going down heavily with Smith. Bertuzzi. He'll shoot it in as Miller tries to get an angle on their captain Bryce Salvador. Smith had pinched in. Loose puck in a race for it. Ryan Carter going along with Kindle, who muscled it to center. Moving up with Steven Gionta, who was the hero for the Devils with the game winner on Tuesday night against the Red Wings, and Jimmy Howard. Set up back there for Kindle. For Brendan Smith. Lead pass off the glove of Legwand. Sent out by Andy Green, the Trenton, Michigan native. Many friends and family here tonight for Andy, the good defenseman for the Devils, out there with Mark Fane, number 7. It was Fane's shot that Jalina tipped in for the winner on Tuesday. Fane will go back. Schneider to play it. He'll move it the other way. Puck's caught up in the equipment.
Still up there. There it is.
Now it came down.
Finally laid an egg.
Yeah. I was going to say Ryan closed no spring chicken, but I don't want to go there.
Danny Gallivan's great term. It's hooked up in the paraphernalia. I'll never forget those terms, working with that guy.
Ablocator will shoot it in. Glendening. Along with Alfredson. Alfredson's got it. Remember last Tuesday, Alfredson was minus 6 teeth as he was cut by the stick of Andrei Loktionov, who was traded for Tuomo Ruutu, had the puck and moved it ahead. Not that Alfredson would exact any revenge, but the guy who high-sticked him and wasn't caught for it was no longer a New Jersey Devil. But Daniel Alfredson was all smiles when he got on the bus after the game. And there's a look at Pete DeBoer and David Legwand. Our 1-800-HANSONS brings you the report card on those two. And 2-time Coach of the Year with the Plymouth Whalers. He coached both David Legwand and Stephen Weiss a year apart. And he won Coach of the Year 1 year with David, 1 year with Stephen in Plymouth. So pretty good guys to have on your team, as most coaches will tell you the players will make you a better coach.
Yeah, usually that's the case. Coaches don't win and they don't lose. They just try to direct traffic back there and hope the players execute.
Well, he spent a lot of time with Florida, and then Pete DeBoer in his first season a couple of years ago with the Devils took them to the Stanley Cup final. We've lost a lot of offense since then. From Parise and Kovalchuk and Clarkson into Tatar. Back in front to Yurko and off the side of the net. Good backhand tries. The kids moved the puck well. That went off the skate of Aliash, giving it to Bruner. Bruner, number 12, the former Red Wing for the Devils. Given away by Aliash. So the kids out there against Aliash, Henrique, and Bruner.
Well, one of the other reasons you're going to see those kids is because they are kids. Back-to-back nights. They got young legs, lots of energy, and lots of enthusiasm. So they're going to play the heck out of them.
And it was a late game to finish last night. And then you get the extra time, too. And the team had a meeting this morning. They weren't skating, but a team meeting. And the Devils had an optional skate today. And as you say, they were here last night. High rising shot goes out to center ice as Bertuzzi tried to force it.
Matter of fact, Franzen tonight heads up on this one.
Gionta going wide with it. Put it through, nobody there.
Franzen tonight asked me if I went to the post-game activities with Lidstrom of the group, and I said, no. I said, been there, done that. He said, me too. We had a game tonight. I had to get some rest.
Yes, the guys were not there. I was. Yes, it was a late night.
Oh, so you had to get the toothpicks out, eh?
Yeah, well, it was a really late night for Nick Lidstrom.
A late night. Are you being kind?
Well, I saw Nick this morning. He says, and what time did you get to bed? He said 4:30. In front of the net, knocked away. Zajac, scored from there in New Jersey with a nice backhander. Nearly had another one. to the point, knocked down, hit a body in front, may got Kindle. Here's Yager, taken to the boards by Miller. Back to the line, an open feint here, top of the right circle with a wrist shot in. Gustafsson came up big again. Red Wings desperate to clear this puck. Again, Kindle couldn't get it out. Now Smith will turn. Miller with, finally, as the crowd gives him a hand to get this puck down. Off the back of the net, Red Wings will need that change.
I did hear you right when you said 4:30.
Yes. And he was here at the Joe this morning too, Nick was. And
well, he always
said he
did
only
take
slept-
care of himself.
he only slept till 7:30. He's still on Sweden time. It was a rough night for him. As always, just like on the ice, he looked great. Here's Tatar. Check with Sheahan. John Miller. Cleared it ahead. Now going after it, Salvador. Watched by Sheahan. Here's Miller, the former Wolverine. Spent some time with the U.S. National Team Development Program before that. Did Miller. Or Merrill, rather. In front of the net. Knocked down. Tar tried to play it back, intercepted. Ruutu was able to move it. Ruutu acquired at the trade deadline. Orlok-Dionov will give them some muscle up front, although he's not fleet of foot. The Devils are not the fastest skating team in the league.
Got a hefty
By any
contract,
stretch.
too.
2 more years.
Yeah. Carolina signed him for a lot of dough.
That's why he got moved.
Yeah.
Glendening trying to bust past. Jelena was able to play it. Elias cleared it for Henrique. Adam Henrique on the wing, taken out by Eriksson. Eriksson will turn to the line, but not out. Elias played it into the middle. Vidlicki cleared it back in. Applicator was able to recover for Detroit. Eriksson forced by Elias will give it back for Kronwall. 7 goals, 40 points in the season for Kronwall. He scored a beauty last night. Move quickly ahead. Leg one. Tipped in front. Great save by Schneider off Nyquist.
Could have a nice reaction by Schneider to reset himself on the short redirection.
Nyquist has had 2 tips on Schneider already. 5-2 edging shots for the Red Wings. Legwan gets hit by Bernier. Andy Green hit a stanchion, came right in front of the goal. As a result, it's turned over. Franzen the shot off the glove of Schneider. Nyquist turning around. And the Devils' Gianta gets checked by Nyquist. And again, the Red Wings won a puck battle. Nyquist was going off in a change. Bernier was doing so as well. Kindle back for Smith. Approaching the halfway point in the first period. Glad you're with us tonight on Fox Sports Detroit. Ken Daniels, Mickey Redmond with you. Played ahead by Salvador. Checked as Ryan Clough. Puck grabbed there by Tatar. Surrounded by 5 Devils. He'll just dump it in. And John Merrill with it. Ahead for Zajac. For Clough on the wing. Yager up there too. Overskated by DeKaiser. But moved for Alfredson. Sheahan had to go off the skate of Abdelkader. He'll go to the bench now on a change. Abdelkader dug that puck free. Alfredson trying to get to it. Glendening was there. Good step to get away. Kronwall to the net. Puck loose. Has it again. And now Jaromir Jagr's got it. The 42-year-old and their leading scorer, Jaromir Jagr. Puck's loose. Grabbed by Dinas Zubris. Took the shot. Got blocked. And cleared to center for Green.
Not many whistles, eh? Holy smoke. Another track meet. Looks like every night it's going to be the same thing with these teams being all so close. Nothing but speed. Maybe not a lot of scoring chances, but holy smoke. It's happening fast out there.
Boy, the East is starting to look like the West.
No kidding.
Back to the line for Fame. Off a stick, into the netting. Oh, they'll get a breather now. A 0-0 first period on Fox Sports Detroit.
I think you can look at life any way you want. You really can. I mean, I could come in and beat those guys up. I just went in and pumped them up. I just showed them 12 great clips of last night and told them why we're going to be successful tonight. I could come in, and we went through the goal against, but I could come in and find 12 things we did wrong and beat on them and turn them into fragile. We're not doing that. We got kids here that are playing hard, and that's what we ask. We ask our group to maximize, and that's what we're trying to do.
They didn't do much wrong, Ken, last night. Played darn near a perfect game. They only gave 2 scoring chances up to Colorado after 40 minutes. I mean, that is almost perfect execution from the defensive side of the game.
De Kaiser. Tipped by Yurko, but no icing here as Schneider out to leave it. Bruner through the middle. 44 games he played with Detroit. 12 goals, 26 points. Most of those goals came early. Whoa. Break for Bertuzzi. Look for a pass back with Miller and Anderson. For Bertuzzi, fanned on it. Quincy over to Anderson. For Drew Miller from an acute angle. Taken out by Salvador. Neville's happy to have Salvador, their captain, back. He was out for November and December with a broken foot. Missed some recent time with a collarbone injury.
Been around a long time now, Bryce Salvador.
Remember mostly with the Blues.
Yeah, he's a real solid defenseman and a character guy.
Carter turns inside Detroit territory with Bernier in front of the net. Anderson on top of his man, then Carter goes on top. 2 Devils down in the corner as Brendan Smith brings it through center ice. Schneider couldn't contain it. Legwand first on it. Back for Franzen off his stick. Played by Zelenov, and the puck is up and out of play. 7:02 to go, first period. You're watching Red Wings hockey on Fox Sports Detroit.
Well, Darren Helm, one of many on the injured list, and here's the reason why against the Ottawa Senators last week. Look at that head hit that. Boy, oh boy. Jeez. Get tied up with somebody like that, you don't disengage, or you can't disengage, and he's still having some problems. Won't be back for at least a week, and there's a look at everybody else. Stephen Weiss yet with that sports hernia, and Danny Cleary with a knee, and of course Datsuk and Zetterberg. Holy mackerel.
Darren Helm said it's not the normal, this will be icing concussion symptoms. He had some dizziness. He had some days off, played against the Devils, obviously, got hurt against Ottawa, but continued to play, and then he had trouble with his vision during the Devils game, and that's why he left. So, as he says, as you said, out at least another week.
You know, when you look at that play, like, I remember getting engaged with people, but at a certain point in time, like when you're at the edge of the cliff, you have to disengage. And you got to go, wow, you know, because things like that. He hit his head really hard on the boards because you can't, when you're engaged like that, you can't protect yourself. It's really difficult. But players today, they get into those situations and they can't get out. And as a result, things like that happen. That's not a good-looking replay for sure. So let's hope that Darren is better sooner, not later, because he's too valuable when he's in.
Here's Franzen. Puck rolled on him a bit. Now he'll turn back. Smith scores! What a bullet!
Wow.
That's 2 goals in 3 games.
I think Brendan Smith was directly out of the popcorn stand. He came right off the bench. Watch this over here. Line change going on. Franzen gets tied up over here. Here comes Smith right there. Bang. Right off the bench, and an absolute rocket that Schneider either didn't see or couldn't get to. Wow. Nyquist in front of the net, and that baby hit the back of the net, still picking up speed. And there you see the reaction of number 2. And the Red Wings are on the board.
He gets a goal in his 100th career game for Brendan Smith.
Whoa. That came out of nowhere. And what a timely line change that was. And Franzen, a nice job to pull the string on that yo-yo and wait for Smith to get over the line.
Third goal, second in 3 games, and he scored against the Devils on Tuesday. And has another one here. He had the 2-1 goal in New Jersey after Franzen had tied the game at 1. Brendan Smith made it 2-1, beat Marty Brodeur that night, and tonight, with a rocket, he beats Corey Schneider. Joachim Andersen also playing his 100th career game
What is
tonight.
going on here? Jeez. That's twice they've had a false start. Oh, well, they just dropped the puck and let them play, boys. Come on.
Franzen and Nyquist get the helpers at 13:43. Zubras shoots it in. Smith back there to get it. Dennis Zubras. Michael Ryder. He continues to struggle for the Devils. Zubras. Check. Brendan Smith able to take it away. Checked immediately was applicator by Zhidlichky.
Lucky he got his head up.
Glendening tried to throw it out. Great save.
Wow.
Gustafson
Way to go, Gus.
on Tuomo Ruutu.
That was a dandy.
The former Hurricane making his debut for the Devils. Acquired at the trade deadline, was just robbed by Gustafson.
He'll be looking up after that one thinking, how can I score? What do I got to do? But the nice takeaway there by the Devils. It was a bad bounce off a Ryder's foot from Glendening and right to Ruutu, and really Gustafson had to react very, very quickly. That is a 10-bell save by the big guy, Gustafson.
Even better for him, it came against the Finn.
Yeah, that's right. Ruutu was pretty good in the Olympics, too. That's what got him a part of that contract and all that stuff going back with Carolina. He's been a pretty valuable guy, even though he's not the greatest skater in the world. But he's a big, strong kid, and he likes to play a physical game. And Jersey thought that he could really add some value to them on their stretch run here for the playoffs.
Damian Brunner. Bouncing puck, Henrique. Came out in front. Turning back to get it, Sheahan. Got tied up, got some help from DeKaiser, who escapes a check from Adam Henrique. Tatar knocking it out of the air. In against Merrill. Late man coming and just off the stick of Sheahan. Safe play down low, Quinston, who got hit by Giunta. Steven Giunta, Brian's brother.
Easy icing call here.
There is Pete DeBoer.
Davy Barr to his left, former Red Wing.
And Mike Foligno, another assistant coach,
Yeah.
former Red Wing.
Both right-hand shots. Isn't that funny? Dave Barr, I'll never forget the nasty, nasty ankle injury that Dave Barr suffered. Boy, that was tough to watch. It was like the Joe Theismann injury in football on the field when he broke his leg.
Joachim Andersen centering the fourth line with Bertuzzi and Miller. Puck back of the net. Giunta knocked down by Bertuzzi. He doesn't like the call.
He sure doesn't.
No.
Look out, 2-on-1. Ooh, they get the whistle gone or not? Yeah, it does go. It's a free-for-all. It's 1-0 Red Wings, and you're watching Red Wings hockey on Fox Sports Detroit, brought to you by Bell Tire.
Game break brought to you by your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Rangers and Hurricanes scoreless in the first until Jordan Staal winds up the wrister, beats Henrik Lundqvist. Top shelf is 12th of the season. 1-0 Canes as they go to the second. 1-0 in favor of the Wings as we send you back to Ken and Mick at the show.
Todd Bertuzzi in the box for slashing. Elias shooting one. Gustafson the save. Yager, so strong, able to prevent the Red Wings from getting it out. Zhidlichky the shot. Yager's got it again. Back to the line for Zhidlichky. for Elias, along with Zajac. Draped there by Cronwall and cleared by Glendening.
It's a tough task for Glendening, a much smaller guy, to handle the big size of Jaromir Jagr.
Cleared away. Anderson trying to get past. He does. Schneider will hold on. I'll come see the Detroit Red Wings take on Sidney Crosby and the Pittsburgh Penguins Thursday, March 20th at 7:30. For tickets, call 313-471-7575 now. Ticket executives are standing by.
Pretty good scoring chance there by Abdelkader and Joachim Anderson.
Do you know, by the way,
digging in.
Last night's game, Sidney Crosby was -5.
I watched some of that game when I got home. Well, you were partying. So
it was a big night. Here's Zelenoff, fake the shot, getting it back again. He's got a rocket, passed off though, and a good stop on Green, knocked out of the air, high stick, face off, shipped all the way down the ice.
Yes,
because New Jersey's on the power play. Tim Peel, one of the refs tonight, along with Kyle Raymond.
Yeah, that game. Pittsburgh had that game, went back and forth, and then all of a sudden San Jose scored from all over the ice. Joe Thornton with a goal from just inside the blue line.
It was a weak one.
It was a knuckleball. It was a Hoyt Wilhelm knuckleball. Yeah, but yeah, San Jose's on a pretty good tear this year. And of course, as Pittsburgh has too. They've had a ton of injuries as well. But
they've hung in there.
They have.
In another stop and play. 39 seconds remaining in the penalty to Bertuzzi.
A lot of teams, few points apart. Boston still continues to roll. They've had a pretty good year right off the hop. Montreal lost to Phoenix last night, but Detroit has 3 games in hand on the Canadian, and they're 8 points back. It's a lot of points to make up with 3-point games in the offing, and only 20 games or 18 or so left for everybody. So.
Puck out of Miller's reach. Jelena will move it over. Green able to pick it up for the Devils. Enrique getting out of the way of the linesman.
Going the wrong way.
5 goals, 7 points the past 4 games for number 14, Enrique. One of the hottest shooters in the league since the Olympics, along with his line mate, Patrick Elias.
Good hockey player.
Sure is. Out of the box is Bertuzzi, but a chance for Enrique, and it's blocked. Erickson got good position.
Yes, he did. Very good position. Nice size on Ryan Clough. 2 big guys.
3 shots in that last power play for the Devils. Red Wing penalty killing has been very good lately. Just 2 power play goals against the past 7 games. Kindle with a minute to go in the period for Alfredson. For Brendan Smith. Smith with a good check. Take it away. Franson. Oh, and into the glove of Corey Schneider.
Schneider was ready for that. You could tell his body language. He was kind of anticipating that it might end up there, and that's what a goaltender has to do. Because Franson can put him in the back of the net quicker than anybody when he gets chances like that. Nice turnover when you're standing still. Elias going, oh boy. Thanks, Corey.
Schneider, another one who spent a season back in 03-04 with the U.S. National Team Development Program. The program we featured on Fox Sports Detroit against the Spartans last week, and we'll have the Spartans and Wolverines tomorrow night from Montaigne Arena on Fox Sports Detroit Plus.
What a fun rink that is to play in.
7 o'clock tomorrow. We'll be joined by Darren Elliott out there at Munns. Hope you join us for that.
Red Wings opened that arena 30 years ago? Or 40 years ago.
Told the story in you and your bench-clearing brawl.
Oh, that was a beauty that night.
Yeah.
Dennis Polonich knocking people up and down. They all thought it was Marcel Dion, the toughest guy in the world. Same number 5 right-hand shot with a helmet on and no names on the jerseys. Marcel's sitting up in the crowd having a hot dog and a beer.
Got a penalty here for hooking. So the Red Wings are going to do a power play there. First to the game with Zajac going to the box.
New Jersey.
Well, lots of close action here in the first period. Again, look at all those bodies. 6 bodies over there. There's the hook right there. The puck in with Travis Zajac. Tatar, with his endless energy, causes a penalty to be taken against New Jersey with 11 seconds left. So
Red Wings Bell Tire power play has been very good lately. 5 for 11 their past 4 games. 1 for 2 last night. Scrambled faceoff, trying to come up with it is Nyquist. But the period's going to come to its close. So the Red Wings will have a minute 48 carryover to start period number 2. Our Ram first intermission. Brendan Smith, the goal scorer, with John Keating, and Darren and Ozzy are with Mickey in the studio. And welcome back to Joe Louis Arena as the teams arrive back on the ice as we get set to start period number 2. Detroit will have the power play to start the period. Red Wings in a 1-0 lead, Mick.
yes, Ken, and all of us here at Fox Sports Detroit would like to send our condolences to the family of Ryan Scott Fisher. Granville High School in the Grand Rapids area was found dead this morning. He was coming up to Detroit to play in the championships, the state championships, and after consulting with the family, the team is going to play the game with heavy hearts. So our thoughts and prayers go out to the family of Ryan Scott Fisher, the young hockey player from Granville High School.
And they're playing Catholic Central tonight.
Yes.
Red Wings will be on the power play. Minute 48 left in the carryover penalty to Travis Zajac. So Alfredson, minus those teeth he lost to the Devils, with Franzen and Bertuzzi. Alfredson playing the right point. Nyquist up front. On the left wing, Kronwall back with Alfredson. Nyquist, perfect feed, Franzen for Alfredson. Angled in back of the goal. Bertuzzi kicked at it, missed it. Elias has it. Henrique up the middle. Got a forward back in Alfredson, trying to take advantage of it with a shot. And Gustafsson able to knock it off those lively backboards off the kick plate. Devils get a change here, shorthanded. Red Wings' first power play opportunity. Devils with the best penalty kill in the National Hockey League at 87%. 7th best on the road. The Red Wings are 3 for 9 in 2 games against New Jersey. So they've had some good success. Here's Alfredson. Back to Nyquist with a shot. Now he's heading wide, but Corey Schneider able to hold on to that. And you'll remember in the first meeting, in the 3-1 loss to the Wings by the Devils in New Jersey, Schneider was called for playing the puck outside the trapezoid late in the game. Didn't like the call, and he probably was right about it. That was with under 3 to play, and then Thomas Tatar sealed it with a power play goal. Marty Brodeur, who beat Detroit Tuesday in there, will play tomorrow night at home to Carolina. As the Devils win that faceoff, and Tuomo Ruutu will send it down the ice. Kindle in his return to the lineup. Yurko shooting it in up with Tatar and Sheahan. Devils tried to clear off the back of the net, didn't work. Kindle's got it, and we've got a penalty coming here.
Leg one. Cross-checking the call. And that scrum in the corner to the left of Schneider. 15 seconds left to Sajac's penalty. It will be 4-on-4. And there was the cross-check by David Legon. It wasn't much of a one on Ruutu, but enough to send him forward towards the boards, and an easy call for the referee to make.
So the team's 4 aside with 15 seconds left in the Zajac penalty. Bruner lost that face-off to Anderson. Abdelkader up with Anderson, Kronwall and Eriksson. Now the Red Wings are shorthanded as Anderson brings it in. Bad save made by Corey Schneider. Marek Chudlitsky, the 36-year-old. For Elias. Bruner plays one over to Jagr. For Elias. Back to Jagr. In front for Elias. Couldn't get it, and Abdelkader with it. And to think that Jagr's got 700 goals, and he played from 08 to 11 in the Continental Hockey League. So you could add another 60 or so. And he still says he wants to play at least one more year in the NHL. He wants to finish his career in the Czech Republic, though. Be 44 or so by then. He's still going strong the way he works out.
Chelios did it.
Yeah. 48.
Well, I mean, what's the saying about age? It's in your mind. It's just mental. But the thing is, when your production is what it is for Jaromir Jagr, why would you be forced to quit? He's better than a lot of other guys in a uniform. I don't care how old you are or how young you are. Good player is a good player.
And your leading scorer right now is New Jersey has 20 seconds left in the man advantage. Henry couldn't get it.
No matter what he does, Ken, and where he does it, whether it's here, New Jersey, Philadelphia, Boston, wherever it is, he'll always be, in my mind, a Pittsburgh Penguin in those great years with the Penguins and Mario Lemieux, and boy, were they something. There's a 1-2 tandem over there.
Anderson couldn't clear it. Sent to the net by Green, and now out of the box is Leguan. He's onside, and Schneider couldn't play it. Leguan with it. Without a shot on that last power play were the Devils. Kindle. Smith to Franzen. He'll dump one into Schneider, a bouncer he'll hold on to for a faceoff.
Well, to finish up on Jaromir Jagr, here's a look at some of the Star Watch Flagstar Bank here on Mr. Jagr. 19 points in the last 20 games. That's pretty good stuff. He's so difficult to take the puck away from. As Ken has mentioned, he's in marvelous shape for any athlete, let alone a 42, 43-year-old. But boy, oh boy. That was a great draft he was in back in, was it 1990? Boy, oh boy.
Years of the Schneider holds on again. The Cup final with Boston and really didn't do much. And then New Jersey signed him as a free agent. And stories are legendary. I'll work out in the morning as a key to the building. Come back at 11 o'clock at night. And after practice, he'll have his line mate, Zajac, whoever it is on the other side, skating as hard as he does.
You must have a boring life to be working out at 11 o'clock at night. It's crazy. It's wonderful commitment. That should be offside. It wasn't.
Zubris in front. Ruutu couldn't get a redirected puck to the goal. Brendan Smith, who has the lone goal tonight, takes another shot. That one went wide. Kindle at the point to Tatar into the middle, but grabbed by the Devils. Ruutu will go after it, but there will be nothing there as Jonas Gustafsson will hold on to that puck.
You know, the mental constitution that you have to be able to work out like a guy like Jagr is just unbelievable. I mean, to stay the course and dedicate yourself to that kind of work day in and day out with no play time, so to speak. Look at that list. Holy mackerel. Lemieux, Yzerman, Messier, Gartner, Esposito, Marcel Dion, Brett Hull, Howe, and Gretzky. Boy, that is as elite as it gets.
Jagr with it in the corner. And as mentioned the other night, of that list of the top 7 came loose in front of the goal. Back to the line. Here's Green with a shot, and Gustafsson bowled over, but he'll hang on. There's Zajac right there. Jagr hoping something would come loose. And I mentioned of that list of the top 7 to 700 that only Jagr, Dion, and Gartner didn't ever lead the league in goals in a season. The rest all did.
Yeah, well, those are the eras of course, Gretzky was scoring all the goals through that era, pretty much. Phil Esposito in the early 70s in Boston was racking up 76 goals a year. When Wayne took over in the early 80s, and holy smack, and Lemieux. So a lot of great hockey players didn't get records, but boy, it was good, not because they weren't great, because of the likes of the Lemieux and the Gretzkys of the world. They just dominated.
On wall for Franzen, tipped ahead too far for Nyquist. Nyquist stayed with it. Held it in at the line. Went back to the goal. Legwand tried to play it back. Franzen came in, checked by Bernier. Ahead for Jaromir Jagr. Out at center, loose puck. Gobbled up by the Devils. Two of them are up now. Passed over Jagr, and the shot missed.
Escaped a bullet there, boy.
Back the other way, Franzen for Legwand. Dropped it back. Nyquist shooting, scores!
Might have been Franzen.
May have tipped in front. Great wrister. 2-0.
I was just going to say, this is a critical point in this hockey game for Detroit. It's a one-goal game. That's the way the New Jersey Devils will play the game. One shot. And let's see if Franzen got a piece of this or not. Yes, he did. And you could tell by the body language of Corey Schneider that something had changed drastically. By the time the puck got there, David Legwand will get his first point as a Red Wing. And Nyquist off of number 93 into the top of the net. They'll review it because it was off the gloves, but there was no motion to push it in with your hand as they stand and wait to drop the puck for Toronto to review. And this may take longer than...
That's what he was just saying on the bench. He held up his glove.
Right. You can redirect it in with your glove, but you can't move your glove towards the net to push it in.
Thumbs up.
All right.
So Johan Franzen will get the goal.
Stays hot.
8 points now. His past 4 games and 6 minutes or so since being injured. So a 2-0 lead for the Red Wings. As the Devils come in and called on the offside.
You know, you watch Franzen here, and here comes Nyquist taking the pass, and Franzen's going to back off and partially screen Schneider. He breaks his line. Look at him, see him try to look to the right, and by that time, the puck is coming. It's going to go right off his glove and over his shoulder, and barely under the crossbar for a 2-0 Detroit lead. And Johan Franzen continues to find the back of the net. His 14th of the year in 36 games.
Kaiser will shoot it in. Legwand getting his first point, as mentioned, as a Red Wing. 5:34. The 2-0 goal.
Look out, Red Wings are caught.
Franzen getting his 14th. Zetterberg leads the team with 16. Nyquist and Pavel Datsyuk with 15. And then it's Tatar and Franzen with 14.
Tatar came out of nowhere. Nobody expected that to happen for him.
Here's Henrique. Goes after it again. The Kaiser able to punch it back for Tatar.
He might have got away with one there. The Devils looking for a call. On the come.
John Merrill with a pass for Dynas Zubras. In for Michael Ryder. 17 games without a goal for the very streaky goal scorer, Michael Ryder. He had scored 4 straight in 5 and 6 games, but has gone 17 with nothing.
I like Ryder. You know that too. No, I do like him. He's a great playoff player too, but he is streaky. There's no question about that. And of all the systems that Ryder, the way he plays the game, can play in, this probably isn't the greatest one for an offensive guy, because boy, they defense first and foremost, for sure.
The Red Wings had signed him, you'd be pulling out your second set of hair.
If he gone 17 without a goal, yeah, another one, look out. Whoa.
Nice save off Alfredson by Schneider. By Schneider off Alfredson. You're watching Red Wings hockey on Fox Sports Detroit, presented by Bell Tire. All right, TNT reverse rewind. Tuesday night, Brendan Smith against the Devils, and tonight. th career game tonight for Brendan Smith. Interfered with was Miller going down. So the Devils are going to be shorthanded. Mark Fane.
New Jersey penalty number 7, 2 minutes interference.
Pretty good upended to Drew Miller going for the puck. Not much question about that, baby.
Bell Tire power play. 14-8 are the shots in favor of Detroit. Here's Alfredson, wiring one wide. Franzen held it in left point. Nyquist. Deflects to the far side for Franzen. Bertuzzi gives him the puck back. He elects to go to Kronwall. Franzen left wing, wrist shot blocked. Cleared by the Devils, wrapped around the boards and down the ice as Gustafsson will come out and play it. Red Wings' second power play of the game. New Jersey is the least penalized team in the league. Good move. Nyquist to the goal, and he sent one high.
Wow.
Right in on top of Corey Schneider.
Boy, that was living on the edge for sure. He got his head up the last second right at the blue line.
Right out of play.
Just missed getting wiped out right there. And this baby didn't touch anybody, did it? No.
No.
He was on edge, and he opened up that blade, trying to go top corner, and he got it completely up over everything into the netting. A much better night for Nyquist tonight than last night. Didn't notice him that much last night. Tonight he's been effective.
Right before Colorado scored, he had that great chance and just couldn't get his down to a right in the second period. Couldn't get the stick on the puck. Knocked down from behind was Sheahan along with Yurko and Legwan, Tatar, and Kindle. Bell Tire power play. Legwan waits. To Tatar. Too hot to handle. And the break the other way as a result of that as Elias has it with Henrique. Scores! A shorthanded goal, the 6th of the season for the New Jersey Devils, and they're on the board trailing 2-1.
Boy, that's the break that New Jersey was looking for sure. And what happened here is it looked like Thomas Tatar was on his heels when the puck got to him. He went to move it. It got away from him, and bang, they jumped on it and took advantage of the 2-on-1. Right at the top of the circle, he blows it by Gustafsson to make it 2-1. That's a huge goal for New Jersey. Shorthanded to boot. Boy. The bad bounce off the stick of Thomas Tatar on the other end.
So Elias gets his 14th, giving him 3 goals and 8 points the past 5 games. Their all-time leading scorer.
New Jersey starting with goal scorer number 26, Anthony Elias. Unassisted goal at 9 minutes, 23 seconds in the second period.
So a shorty for the Devils. As the Red Wings try to answer. Franzen sends it into the corner. Nyquist with Alfredson. Out of the box comes Fane. New Jersey back at full strength. Approaching the halfway point of the game. That's into the netting, so we'll get a stop in play. Well, if a Detroit player gets a hat trick in this game, get a copy of that scoring summary. Go to our participating Arby's location tomorrow. Free small order curly fries will await you. You can find a copy of that scoring summary in your newspaper or on the Red Wings page at foxsportsdetroit.com. Yager with Clove. And Jelena in front off the skate of Jonathan Ericsson. Pass by Miller for Abdelkader didn't work. Abdelkader, Miller, and Glendening, and Yager busts through, scores! Oh, Jaromir Yager, 7:01. A wicked wrister from the 42-year-old.
Well, he made a nice move in the middle of the ice. He got by two players. Waited for everybody to get onside, and right there, he gets by two Red Wings. He just blows right through them. And I mean, boy, oh boy, what a shot that was. But they laid back on him and gave him the room that he needed to get that baby away. 20 goals. Pretty good stuff for anybody, let alone a 42-year-old. Watch right here. Jonathan Ericsson took a swat at it, and he got some mustard on that shot, too. Holy smoke. And as you might expect, Mike Babcock says, enough of this garbage. We're taking a timeout. Back-to-back goals. One shorthanded, and then Yager a nice play individually. And Mike Babcock wants to get his boys settled down. 57 seconds apart. Two Jersey goals, and we're tied just like that. There's no secret that the Red Wings have had trouble scoring goals all year long, even with the likes of Datsuk and Zetterberg in the lineup. It was a very, very close at the blue line. Watch this play, Ray. Look at here. Watch the feet. This play was really, really close to being offside, was it?
Yep.
It probably was offside. And
The
they
whole
missed.
puck's got to be in across the line or all the way out.
Right.
It looked to be, and the skate wasn't touching the blue.
Right.
But the linesmen are pretty darn good. They're right, I don't know, 98, 99% of the time, but that may have been the 1% that cost Detroit. We'll be back. 42 games shy of 1,000 in his career. David Laguan knows what's at stake here.
I think you got to bring the veteran calmness and go out there and work and do what you do. Obviously, it's a new team, it's a new place. You know, the adjustment period, there's not a big time for adjustment period. It's got to be right away, and you got to understand that it's important every game, every point on the stretch.
I thought he did very well last night. Talked to Tom Rennie tonight about it. He said, good on the ice, good on the bench. Said a lot of things and a lot of good things. Good presence. So we're very happy with David Laguan and what he's going to bring this team in the final 20 games.
Brendan Smith. A bouncer. Anderson around for Bertuzzi. Kindle for Smith. Bertuzzi kicked it ahead with Anderson and Miller. Sent in and tipped off to the corner. Ahead for Gionta. Kindle skates it out of trouble. Check. Keeps on going. Moved by Schneider to Green. Lead feed to Henrique. Across to Fane. In front, tipped over the goal, and they score! They bang it in. And it's 3-2 New Jersey, who've come back from a 2-0 deficit, and they've scored a couple on their last 5 shots. 3 on their last 5 shots now.
That's a rebound after a redirection. Nice play there, I think, by Henrique. To the far side. Fane took the shot. It was redirected right in front. And Gustafsson stopped that one, but there was nobody there in a red jersey to get the rebound except a white jersey. And just like that, Red Wings are down a goal. And Henrique, boy, he's having a good year, and he's making a living against the Red Wings. Johnny on the spot that time.
3 goals in 2 minutes and 21 seconds. So now it's Detroit's turn to fight back. Stolen puck by Shea. That one high and off the glass. Yurko. Shooting save by Schneider. Yurko again around for Tatar. Trying to regain control of his stick back there. Yurko moving in. De Kaiser goes back to get it. Knocked down at center. Zubras. As Gustafsson will come out and play it. Ooh, Quincy was hit hard by Ruutu. De Kaiser, perfect feed. Alfredsson up the middle. There goes Abdelkader. He's in. Abdelkader cuts to the middle. It's saved by Schneider. Got the left pad on that from Abdelkader, who beat Schneider to win the national championship for the Michigan State Spartans. But not that time, as Schneider got the best of him. Alfredsson. Glendening! And that was stopped by Schneider, and a bit for Glendenning's first.
Stick exploded. New Jersey throws it out of play. They might be penalized for that. But a couple of good chances, and Luke Glendening has his stick turned to spaghetti on a grade A scoring chance. It's unbelievable how and when these sticks break. My,
delay a game.
Here's Abdelkader, and that chance a moment ago. He was getting closed down by a defenseman who made it tough on him and made it easier for Schneider to make the play that he made. And the puck out of play right there. There's Abdelkader. Just knocking him down. John Merrill.
Spartan knocking down a Wolverine right there.
Merrill played in the Little Caesars hockey program when he was coming up here. So the Red Wings need a power play goal more than anything right now after giving up 3 straight goals.
Merrill in for delay a game. Kronwall the shot. Too many bodies in front. Giunta able to move it ahead for Zajac, and down the ice it goes. Red Wing belt tire power play. Shots are 18-13. Bertuzzi to the slot, scores! Bronson! Great shot! Tie game!
I guess so. That's the guy. 30 seconds into the penalty. And a beautiful pass by Brutus. Bertuzzi. And Franzen had her cocked and loaded and ready to go. And I'm telling you, that is a goal scorer's goal right there. Wow. Nice play by Nyquist to freeze everybody. 2. Bingo, right in the top corner. That's a beauty. Good as it gets. And we're back to square. 3-3.
Nyquist and Bertuzzi will get the assists on the power play goal by Johan Franzen. So the Red Wings now with a power play goal in 8 of their past 9 games.
And did they need that after 3 straight Jersey goals and they were on their heels? Whew.
1 for 3 tonight is Detroit. So they're 6 for their last 14 on the power play.
Curly Fries are alive and well.
Coming close. Franzen's done it before recently, as we know. So the crowd that was silenced by 3 goals on 5 shots revived with Franzen's equalizer. Gustafsson taking no chances, just hangs on to that puck. We're all even at the Joe.
This game break brought to you by your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Checking back in on the Rangers and Hurricanes in the second. Canes on the power play, but Martin St. Louis comes in short-handed, but Carolina goalie Antoine Hudobin able to make the save to keep it a 1-0 game as they head to the third. We got to hurry up and get you back to the Joe before somebody else scores again.
Yeah, it's been that type of period, Mick. The Red Wings led 1-0 after 5 goals in this second. Johan Franzen has 2 tonight. And as we mentioned, how hot he's been since the break the past 5 games in the Red Wings power play on the season against the Devils. Now the third game, 4 for 12 against the #1 penalty killing unit in the league, although New Jersey did offset that a bit by a shorthanded goal. Yager saved by Gustafsson, rebound cleared to the corner.
Got to find a way to curtail, believe it or not, a 42-year-old. Freeze it, Gus. Yager is dominating every shift he's on the ice. You got to get position on this guy. He's so big. He protects the puck with his rear end better than anybody. He weighs 240 pounds, but he can move.
Yeah, when Barry Smith coached Pittsburgh before coming here with Scotty, he used to always say that about Yager, how amazing he was protecting that puck. You've never seen, and to this day, anyone protect it like he could. Perfect feed to Legwand. Nyquist. Scores! 4-3 Detroit!
What a shootout. Nice breakout. Legwand's going to get his second point. Goes to the front of the net. Snyder got both pads on it, but a nice patient play by Nyquist to let traffic go to the net. And he throws it through a crowd. I don't think it hit anybody, but it eluded the goaltender, and it's 4-3 Detroit, but are going in from everywhere.
That may have skipped off a Devil stick, but certainly not another Red Wing stick.
Boy, nice breakout, though, for Detroit coming out of their own zone on that. See who gets the secondary assist on that. Legwand will get the first assist.
Well, the Red Wings give him a lot of credit. The timeout was used. The Devils had come on. They scored 3 unanswered, then the Red Wings answer with 2 more. Good move here as Gustafsson came out on a nice rush by Zhelitsky. David Legwand gets his second assist of the night. So Gustav Nyquist has scored his 16th goal to tie Henrik Zetterberg for the team lead. And obviously with Zetterberg not coming back, not going to hold that this season, you wouldn't think. John Merrill moves up. Behind the net, Gianta swings one back to the line to Salvador. Checked immediately by Miller.
Nice job by Drew Miller. Well, we get an icing out of it, but nonetheless, now Detroit's already used their timeout, so they can't do that. Watch this breakout play by Eriksson up the middle. Here's Legwand right here. Watch it. Bang. He's before this guy can get his stick in the way. It's Yager. Boom. Up to Legwand. Then you got a 3-on-2 right here. And Nyquist is going to come here. He's going to let these guys drive the net, come in the backside, and fire it through traffic and elude the goaltender for a 4-3 Detroit lead. Much better night for little Gus Nyquist than last night. He's a factor tonight for sure.
So Glendening with Alfredsson and Miller. I'll get a change here off that icing. Franzen, Legwand, and Nyquist, the #1 unit for the Red Wings and what they've done this evening.
Well, this won't happen every night for sure, but
coming into the game tonight, man, the last 16 games, Franzen had 18 points. Legwand, albeit with Nashville, had 12, and Nyquist had 18. So they've been putting up points.
Yeah, they have.
The last 16 and now into 17.
When Pavel went down and Kenny Holland decided I better go after a center instead of a defenseman, and they got Legwand. The idea was to play him right off the hop between those two guys. So
good move, busting in, Shea into the goal, into the slot, shot, scores! What's a great shot!
What a play! Riley Shea, holy mackerel! This is crazy. Is Jersey thinking of making a goaltending change? I don't think so.
Maybe to start the third.
Maybe, but
With a couple of minutes left here, 3 minutes to go in the second, wouldn't think so.
I don't know that you can necessarily fault Corey Schneider, but when a guy gives up 5 goals on 21 shots, you got to be wondering, can anything hit him? Kyle Quincy. Top corner, traffic all over. We're going to the net well.
Quincy's first goal since January 22nd against Chicago, so his first in 13 games. And his first point in a while. It's a big one. Nyquist goes back to the line to Eriksson.
And number 65, Danny Kaiser. Time on goal, 17 minutes, 1 second.
Eriksson's got it. Back here to Kronwall. Franzen for Nyquist. Saved by Schneider, who will hold on to that. And the face-off coming up to his left.
Why not shoot the puck? Everything else is going in. Oh, boy.
Well, you have to wonder. Marty Brodeur, who asked to be traded, told Lou Lamoriello to move him. He still thinks at 40-plus he can be a starting netminder. It just wasn't the market for Marty Brodeur. He gets along with Corey Schneider, all well and good, no doubt about that. But you have to wonder if what was said by Marty, unhappy he wasn't moved, if it's had an effect at all over the last week or so. And a lot of talk about the Devils and their net minding, and it couldn't have made Corey Schneider feel any better. Again, even though he gets along with Marty Brodeur, and had to be unsettled.
Well, he's got to be tired of it. After the situation in Vancouver, it went on for
with Luongo,
way too long.
Now they're both out of there. Yeah, he's been at the center, and Brodeur may go elsewhere next season, even with his relationship with Lou Lamoriello.
Well, people don't remember. Everybody thought that Corey Schneider would be retained by Vancouver and Luongo would be moved. And to the surprise of almost everybody, they moved Schneider and kept Luongo.
Up high from Bertuzzi.
So yeah, that was a bloody soap opera, Ken, over there, and that's got to be tough mentally on anybody.
Bertuzzi once traded for Luongo. Luongo's back from where he came for him in Florida. To the point for Green. Good move. Zhelecki knock off his stick. The Kaiser able to get it ahead, and Miller able to knock it away. Zhelecki carries in with Green. 2 defensemen down low. Nice little toe drag there. Zhelecki back in front. But knocked away by the latest goal scorer, Quincy.
New Jersey defense can be pretty creative, and they need to be on the offensive side of the puck.
So the Red Wings have 3 goals in 3 minutes and 14 seconds. Countering what the Devils have done in short order.
What a shootout at the OK Corral here in the second period. Holy jumping. Crazy.
Nyquist going in again.
Entertaining, that's for sure.
The Devils have scored 3 in 2 minutes and 21 seconds. Henrique's got one of their goals moved up, so 40 minutes in the box. Boy, there was just 1 goal in the first, 7 goals in the second. A wild game here tonight. Mike Babcock will be in conversation with our Matt Shepard. Let's go to the studio in our MGM Grand Detroit intermission. Darren, Chris, and Mickey.
Wings up 2 after 2. Well, you guys are up 2-0, and then they score 3 in 2 minutes and 21 seconds. What'd you say to your guys to settle them down?
Well, I mean, obviously I didn't because I called a timeout after 2, and they got another one. So, you know, the amazing thing about this league is you got to play every shift, and when you don't do things right, you can dig out of your net in a hurry. And, you know, we've done a lot of good things tonight, but you have 3 bad minutes, and they score goals. What I really like about what's happened is our team responded, and we answered back, got on our toes, and our big guys really have shot in the net for us. So now here we are. We got 20 minutes left. Let's go after the other team. Let's be on our toes, and let's continue to be aggressive.
I was going to say, there's something to be said for your guys responding the way they did.
Well, that was key. I really thought, and that's what I said right when I walked in, as a great answer as far as I was concerned. We drove the net hard. We've scored 3 goals today with guys right in front of the net. We've shot the puck here. We have to continue to do that. Make their D turn around, shoot the puck.
Good luck at closing it out.
Thanks, man.
This is the 10th time Detroit has scored 5 goals or more in a game. Kenny, they're 8-0-1 so far. Back upstate to you.
Well, that's a good sign, and with Corey Schneider allowing 4, only the 3rd time all season he's allowed 4 or more, so giving up 5 tonight. Gave up 4 to San Jose his last start and 5 tonight to the Red Wings. But here come the Devils to start the 3rd. Ryder the shot off the leg and off to the corner. So Ryder starting with Elias and Henrique as Peter DeBoer mixes up the lines. Yurko showing his stick skills there, and the puck rolls through and Schneider holds on.
Well, Mike Babcock talked to Matt Shepard about traffic and going to the front of the net, and that's exactly what they did on several occasions tonight on that goal. This goal here directed off of Franzen in front of that. Quincy's went straight in, but no chance for Schneider on that one. So lots of traffic right in front of Corey Schneider, and it's made life miserable for the New Jersey goaltender tonight. 5 goals on 24 shots.
In New Jersey, as Matt mentioned to Mike Babcock, 3 goals in 2:21. The Red Wings scored 3 goals in 3 minutes and 14 seconds to counter. Gustav Nyquist on a 4-point night on a goal and 3 helpers, tying a career high for him, and 7 shots on goal for Nyquist. Looking for another one. Franzen 3 points tonight, 2 goals and an assist, and Legwand with 2 points with 2 helpers. His first 2 points to Red Wing, and also as a penalty tonight. Here's Jagr. Scored career goal 701 this evening. Good opportunity there denied for Ryan Clough. Abdelkader. As mentioned, Abdelkader got that winner against Corey Schneider. Give the Spartans the national championship when Schneider was playing for Boston College.
That's when they were kids. Now they're men.
Well, it wasn't all that long ago even.
Right.
2007?
3 or 4 years in the NHL, though, would make you a man real fast, or you won't be around very long.
Saved there by Gustafsson, who hangs on. And let's revisit Corey Schneider in goal for Boston College. And there's Justin Abdelkader, who scored the winning goal, 18.9 seconds left, and he was named outstanding player as the Spartans won. And a reminder, tomorrow night, 7 o'clock from Munn on Fox Sports Detroit. Yours truly, Darren Elliott, have the Spartans and Wolverines in the Big Ten.
Great stuff, that college hockey, eh?
Yeah.
Those programs have just come a million miles in the last 30 years since the old days when very few players, let alone American players. A lot of Canadian kids went to the U.S. colleges, but now it's U.S. kids being drafted all over the place. And wonderful to see, and no state does better than the state of Michigan for its college hockey programs, boy. Good stuff.
Bernier up along with Gianta. De Kaiser, former Western Michigan Bronco, cleared it away.
And by the way, I'm hoping that the boys and the girls out there are getting their education as well as they're playing hockey in these colleges, because that's really the reason they're there. Pretty important stuff for going through the rest of your life to get that good education.
The Wolverines beat the Spartans 7-1 tonight, right in front of Gustafsson. So Michigan State will be looking for a little revenge tomorrow night to the delayed penalty here to Detroit. And the puck is out of play.
Well, the Red Wings have been on their heels here in the first 2 minutes and change, and now they're taking a penalty. Ryan Clough had a great chance, far too good. Detroit's got to step it up here if they can get through this penalty kill. They got a 2-goal lead, but the way the pucks have been going in tonight, not much question about that penalty either. Easy one to call as Eriksson's stick gets caught up in Henrique, and boy.
So the Devils' power play 0 for 2 gets a third try.
This lead can disappear awfully quickly, as we've seen that happen already a couple of times tonight. Both teams suffering that.
Devils' power play at 7th was 18th in early December. 2 for 9 in the season series with Detroit. Great chance there for Brunner and sent it wide. Shedlicki was able to keep it in. De Kaiser. They'll rim it around, but not very hard, but it went off Jager's skate. And Red Wings able to clear it out. Didlicki turned back by Miller. Picked up by Damian Brunner. And the Swiss native turning in his own zone.
Didlicki's got a bad skate. He's got to go off. He's got that big shot in the power play.
Turned over at the line. Anderson to Abdelkader. Shot was blocked. Green got in front of it. But here's Anderson with a steal, forcing Schneider to hold it. Tonight's broadcast is on AFN, the American Forces Network, broadcasting to the U.S. Armed Forces, serving in 175 countries and abroad ships at sea. They're watching around the world in Iraq, Germany, Italy, Southwest Asia, South Korea, and Japan. So welcome.
God bless him. Attaboy. Way to go, gang. We're not sure of the time you're watching it, but
yeah.
Whatever it is, if you're a hockey fan, a few time changes isn't going to stop you from watching a game.
Power play continuing. To the line, Challinor with that good shot for the rookie. Big point producer in the NHL and at the American Hockey League level. He leads the Devils with 16 power play points. Won a Memorial Cup with St. John Sea Dogs when he was a teammate with Thomas Yurko and played for our old bud Spuddy, Gerard Gallant.
Yeah.
And he was the head coach. His dad, he's a big man just like him. He's 6'4". His dad, Mark, 6'7". Was drafted by the Pirates back in the late 70s.
Yeah, he gets lots of mustard on that shot with that leverage of his at 6'4". 7 goals. Pretty good stuff from the blue liner.
Knocked down by Anderson, who's been outstanding on faceoffs tonight. Really good the last one too, but he'd been 8-0 on draws for Joachim Anderson. Hooked a little bit there. That one off Green.
Fans calling for that one. They're into the game.
Adam Henrique. Lifting one in wide. Penalty over. Eriksson out of the box. Didlicki goes back. Down by Legwand. Franzen in. Great save, Legwand. Scores!
There you go, David.
His first as a Red Wing. David Legwand. It's 6-3. 3-point night for him.
You know he's happy for that. Find the back of the net. Nice patience. It looked like the pressure. There's the puck. Franzen got the puck. Gives it to Paul Boyer for David Legwand. That's how quickly you welcome a guy into your group. And this puck is turned over right here by Legwand. It goes to Franzen, and Legwand goes to the front of the net. Schneider can't do anything about it. A little sleeper move by number 17, and he deposits the puck into the back of the net for a 6-3 Detroit lead. And Franzen's got 4 points. Boy, is that line on fire tonight.
11
points, isn't it?
11 points
11,
on the line tonight.
2 of them there on to go with a 40-minute and 9.
Nyquist with 4. Franzen with 4. Legwand with 3.
Wow.
The Grosse Pointe Woods native and the crowd appreciative of that.
So 2 pretty good games back-to-back for the newest Red Wing, David Legwand.
6-3.
And a penalty here, not sure why they blew the whistle. Here's the Franzen shot, looking for the hat trick, and Legwand in behind the defense. Snyder's down after making a good save on Franzen. And those are the kind you like if you're a goal scorer. And David goes, all right, way to go. Good stuff. First one as a Red Wing. 211th of his career.
Well, a nice answer to what was a long way to go yet tonight. But a nice answer how the Red Wings on Tuesday night, 37 seconds left when Steven Giunta got the winner. So the Red Wings came out of that night with nothing against the Devils. 2-0 lead tonight when New Jersey scored 3 straight, but the Red Wings have answered.
And that hurt. Again, Nyquist, Gustafsson. Make sure that's not going anywhere. And that hurt, given it, I don't know if you're going to call it giving it away, but you got a 3-3 game, you're on the road, you're playing well on the road, you're looking for at least that point to put in the bank, you don't get it, and that really hurts you psychologically. But the Red Wings have, as Mike said to Matt, we've had some good pushback since then and some good pushback here in this game after 3 straight double goals.
6-3. Third 6-goal game of the season for Detroit. The second game this season, the Devils have allowed 6 and maybe more. New Jersey only averages giving up 25 shots a night. The Red Wings have 27 on them this evening. Looking for another one. And just too hot to handle for Bertuzzi. Bertuzzi tripped. The only arm in the air was Gustafsson, hoping for a penalty. He's playing referee. Back for Henry. Yurko will grab that loose puck. Skate it out with Sheahan. Miller to the bench as Tatar hops on. Back to the point. Just wide of the goal. Jersey will go back and play at home tomorrow night. The Red Wings will be at Madison Square Garden on Sunday afternoon.
Oh, nice move.
Here's Tatar. It was blocked, though, by Salvador.
A little son of a gun. What a move he made there. Didn't get wiped out. No, it's not. He's on a 2-on-1. Oh,
Yager goes back with it.
Boy, the fans love the way number 21 carries himself on the ice. He is just full. He's a ball of energy.
Route 2, checked there by Eriksson. Move quickly by Kronwall, didn't get out. Route 2's got it. For the Devils, into the slot to Yager. Another 20-goal season for Yager. Eriksson had it knocked off his stick, and it came back to him. On to Nyquist, back for Legwand, on to Franzen. Here goes Nyquist. Nyquist cutting in. Oh, over top of the goal. Nyquist goes back to the line to Smith. And Schneider holds on. David Legwand, his first as a Red Wing, and a souvenir. In a 6-3 Red Wings lead, your local Toyota dealers brings you the scouting report on Danny DeKeyser and a birthday boy today. Happy birthday, Danny.
Yeah, and his dad, Mick, was recognized here as part of the military welcome tonight. Mick DeKeyser. Western Michigan, 30 teams wanted him a year ago. And the Red Wings are happy to have him. Well, happy birthday, Danny. Big difference when you join this league when you're 23 instead of when you're 18 for most guys.
Chipped in by Bruner. First back, Brendan Smith. Will open the scoring tonight with a rocket of a shot. Bruner in front. And Green has to backpedal to get it. Over to Fane. Kindle will pick it up. Abdelkader. Sealed to the boards there by Zubris. Smith will launch a looper that Glendening couldn't get to. Quincy. He's got a goal tonight. Offside, though, was Bertuzzi as Abdelkader tried to bring it in. A reminder to get to the Joe to see the Atlantic Division face-off between your Red Wings and the Montreal Canadiens. Thursday, March 27th. Puck drops at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, and who knows? The Montreal Canadiens don't play tonight. They got 77 points. The Red Wings can hang on here. They go to 71. They'll be 6 back with 2 games in hand. So, and that's for a guaranteed playoff spot.
Joachim Anderson just won another faceoff, Mick. He is 12-0 on draws tonight. Now, granted, he's great tonight. The Devils are not a good faceoff team. They're the bottom 3 or so in the National Hockey League. But still, when you're that good, the numbers he's putting up tonight, taking advantage. You got to take advantage of.
Here he goes again. Let's see how he bears down here with Gionta.
No,
that's his first loss.
First loss.
Sorry for mentioning it, kid.
Really? Like we had anything to do with that?
I think we did.
Really? Bernier and knocked away.
Well, once he sees the tape, you're going to go, thanks, guys.
Yeah, come on.
He'd be happy to be calling one.
Here's Gionta. If we have control over that, you know what else we should be asking for? A lot of things then.
Could be in Vegas, eh?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Let's keep doing that. Here. Here's Zidlitsky. Dropped it back. Yager. Zidlitsky, shot blocked. Had to come back to him again. Yager. Salvador. From there, Zidlitsky back of the net. Red Wings taking the lanes away. Leaves it for Yager. Sheahan trying to stay with him. Good job by Sheahan. Hooked ahead. Trying to get through with Zherko. And then Sheahan overskated. Yager back the other way. He's out of gas. He'll go off in a change. Zajac. Drop back by Cloh to Fane. Saved by Gustafsson. Rebound right to the Devils. Fane's got it. Ryder missed it. Cloh off balance. Gets checked. Fane to Ryder. Let it go into the corner for Cloh. Along with Zajac. Zajac for Cloh. 400 or so games with San Jose for Cloh. Missed 32 games with a concussion this season. Tatar. Had it picked off by Ryder. Henrique. Stick in the lane by Kronwall as the puck is up and out of play. Red Wings by 3 in the third. Well, some pertinent numbers for you. Corey Schneider has given up 6 goals tonight. First time in his career he's allowed 6 goals. And Jaromir Jagr with a goal tonight. Career number 701. His 18th 20-goal season. He started his career with 14 straight 20-goal seasons. This is his first one since he was a Ranger back in 08. Remember, he left for 3 years to go to the KHL. Well, he's got another 20 at age 42.
Pretty good stuff, boy. But believe it or not, he'd only played about 10 and a half minutes after 40 minutes of this game. Seemed like he was on the ice for more than that.
He's got the puck a lot when he's out there.
He sure does.
Henrique and Quincy. Quincy got a piece of it. Henrique stayed with it for Elias. And again, they get a stick in the lane on a Henrique shot. Just a reminder, as you enjoy Colt, want to look forward to Miller Time later in tonight's game, brought to you by Miller Lite. And Tim Hortons brings you the upcoming game schedule, as mentioned. 12:30 Sunday afternoon at the Rangers. We'll be back with you on Fox Sports Detroit Plus Tuesday from Columbus. Elias gets waved out. In comes Henrique, who plays a lot of center. Both of them, Elias and Henrique, centers. Henrique's played more wing lately. Elias in the middle. They have the luxury of that change. And they've changed up the line 2, moving Ryder up on it, taking Gruner off. Leg won the shot, and Schneider's not sure, and Nyquist getting a stick in there. And to think what Nyquist, Mick, has done tonight with 4 points, a goal, and 3 assists. Remember in the first period, those 2 redirects?
Yeah. Nearly
went through good opportunities. Boy, oh boy.
It's got to be his best output of his young NHL career.
Tied it. 4 points ties it.
By the way, you talked about that game, Columbus game on Tuesday night here. on Fox Sports. Columbus is in Dallas the night before, which could be an advantage for Detroit. We'll be watching that game sitting in Columbus on Monday night. So
while Schneider's allowed 6 tonight, I hope we don't jinx this. Luongo has a shutout going in Florida against Buffalo with under 12 minutes left.
They can't hear you.
Well, you know.
Yeah, I know.
We have that great control.
And the Rangers, by the way, have beaten Carolina tonight. So New York is another team that, you know, they're right now they're in a guaranteed playoff spot, but they're just a point ahead of Detroit coming into tonight. So this will be an icing call.
And then Carolina will be in New Jersey to play the Devils tomorrow night.
Well, Carolina's put themselves in a very, very difficult situation with only 63 points. The thing is that everybody thought, I think, when the season started, that it might take 96 points or so to get in the playoffs. In the East, it may not take 96. Because for a team to get 96 points, they got to go like 13-5 the rest of the way. I don't know if anybody's going to do that.
Scores off the rebound. Miller went to the goal. Anderson won another faceoff to Bertuzzi, and Miller gets it. 7 goals for Detroit.
Salt in the wound at this point.
Season high, 7 goals for the Red Wings.
Well, nobody deserves a goal more than Drew Miller. I'm going to pick up this. Boy, the puck has bounced very well for the Red Wings tonight around the net. Like David Legwand's goal, and here right off Schneider again. He's going, what the heck's going on here tonight? Rebound right to Miller, and he puts the puck in the back of the net, and they play Miller time over the big system here at the Joe.
So, a season high offensively for Detroit. Notching 7.
Nobody expected this coming, I'll tell you.
Not without Zetterberg and Datsuk.
And just to finish up on that Rangers situation, Detroit's in New York, as Ken pointed out, Sunday afternoon, the next game for both teams.
12:30.
So, once again, these games with so-called 4-pointers, boy, there's a lot of them.
Nyquist plays it back.
For all purposes, a little looser tonight, but the Red Wings have played back-to-back games here very, very well with lots of energy, lots of gusto, and not giving up a lot of scoring chances for the other teams. Colorado last night, New Jersey tonight.
To the line it comes, and a shot deflected wide. And it's tough, those retirement jersey nights, and we've seen too many in the past where the home team, all the ceremony going on. They have a tough night winning those games more often than not. We'll be back. Yeah, those two are just happy they're not playing. With 10,
I guess
with
so.
10 goals going in. The Red Wings open with 2. Devils countered with 3. The Red Wings have 5 straight.
And one of those will be our Miller Light moment of the game, and it's going to be David Legwand. First as a Red Wing makes it 6-3 here at the Joe, and really took the breath out of the Devils for sure. Legwand, a 3-point night so far with 5:54 to go. Our Miller Light moment of the game. Way to go, David. Welcome to Detroit.
Puck chipped ahead. Franzen's got it. Legwand to Nyquist. John Merrill knocked it away. Kept in by Kronwall. Eric Gelinon. For Zajac. Rolls back down ice, no icing. Oh, that nearly gave Gustafson trouble. Well, it did, in fact. He was able to hold on.
A reminder to vote on the Fox Sports Detroit Red Wings Player of the Game, presented by McDonald's, Minty, Shamrock, Shaky. To vote, just text Wings followed by a space and the player's uniform number to 37338, or vote online at foxsportsdetroit.com. Come and get it. That St. Patrick's Day isn't far away.
And we'll be home to Toronto the next night, the 18th. Here's Smith.
Another 4-pointer. They're all over the place at this time of the year. The log jam in the Eastern Conference. Look at this move.
Busting in. Saved by Gustafson. And he'll hold on to that. Nice stop.
Pretty nice move right there. As Kindle plays the puck and not the body. And that's what can happen. And Gustafson shuts the door there. And Ken, I would say that Mike Babcock has an interesting decision going to New York on Sunday. Does he come back with the guy they called the monster, Gustafson, against the Rangers?
Or does he come back with the New York native, Jimmy Howard?
Right, exactly.
Whose idol was Mike Richter.
Who's in the rafters there. Yeah.
Remember, that was a great game in there when the last time the Red Wings were in there. That was a goaltending battle that night as that shot goes. That's a piece of Gustafson, I believe. Out of the corner for Ruutu. Back in front. Behind the goal to Kaiser. Red Wings lost in there 1-0 last time in New York. And that was Lundqvist against Howard. And both goaltenders were spectacular that night.
Puck's out of play. Nobody knows where it is. Well, they keep trying to get out of this one.
While the Red Wings, who have 7 goals on the board tonight, how's this for irony? The Wings' last game where they scored 7 or more, February 24th, 2013, 8-3 win against Vancouver. Roberto Luongo was in for all 8.
I remember that.
Corey Schneider is in for all 7, and you know the tie with Luongo and Schneider in Vancouver together. Wow.
Yeah. You want to be a goaltender, eh, kid? There's going to be nights like this for sure. Now, the Red Wings have really made life miserable. They've gone to the net as well as I've seen them done in a long time.
In front, there's Yurko to the goal.
They've had lots of jump in their step tonight. And that's going some after the way they played last night against Colorado, which was a really upbeat game and almost perfectly played from a defensive standpoint.
An upbeat game. New Jersey arrested team.
Right.
The Red Wings game ended, what, around 11 o'clock?
Yeah.
Because it was such a late start. You go to extra time, and they come out the way they did tonight. And a 2-0 lead. You have the Devils come back in short order, 3-2.
The pushback.
Yeah, and as Mike Babcock said, called the timeout when they tied it, and then they ended up getting another one, too. But they didn't fold. So off that night, this is a great, great effort.
Yeah, they'll be happy with the pushback after giving the lead up. No question about that. And this is going to be a huge 2 points for Detroit. That'll push them 2 behind Tampa Bay.
They're getting 71 points, and the Devils will stay at 67. Tampa Bay, by the way, in the trading of Marty St. Louis, named Steven Stamkos captain to replace him. Although his debut when he returned to the lineup didn't go well in the loss last night.
No, it didn't. But Tampa Bay has the best schedule of all the teams in the East. They've only got 6 road games left out of 19.
And the Red Wings have the 4th toughest strength of schedule in the East. Philadelphia, Washington, and Pittsburgh tougher.
Well, the good news for Detroit is, I mean, they've played very well on the road for the first 3 quarters of the season.
17, 10, and 4 on the road. Going to go to 12, 11, and 9 here at the Joe, where they've been pretty good lately. Their last 9 in this building, including tonight, they're going to improve to 6, 1, and 2. After the first 23 games when they were just 6, 10, and 7. So much better.
A miserable start.
The last 9 here.
Well, you're getting to the point now where we'll look at the Eastern standings when we get an opportunity. The teams with Carolina with that loss tonight, they're stuck at 63 points. Detroit's now goes to 71. I don't want to say you can say goodbye to them, but boy, you're really putting a crimp in how they're going to try to get beautiful play. Another one for Henrique.
Nice drag, went outside, and the backhander threw on the long side of Gustafson. And The Devils get their fourth. It's a 3-goal game.
Gus might not be happy with this. He might have overplayed it just a little bit. He pushed off with his right leg, and Henrique waited and waited. He just went, he was going to his left, expecting that shot on the short side, and he beat him just inside the post. But that's a goal scorer's goal right there. Nicely done. Surprised him going over there and caught him just inside the goal post.
So Adam Henrique gets his second goal, 21st of the season, giving him 7 goals the past 5 games. And 3 in the last couple against Detroit. This will be icing. A 7-4 lead.
Don't miss the action when the Wings battle Zach Parise and the Minnesota Wild on Sunday, March 23rd at 7:30 p.m. First 5,000 fans at the Joe receive Red Wing helmet stickers. For tickets, go to DetroitRedWings.com or call 313-471-7575 during normal business hours.
Gotta love it.
Friday night. They're raising a ginger ale here at the Joe.
Friday night lights. It's been the red light tonight.
Yeah, it has that.
11 goals.
Snyder will have a little sunburn in the back of his neck. The Red Wings don't score like this very often.
Roberto Luongo has that Twitter account, Strombone1. I have to wonder if he won't tweet something out tonight. He's still got a shutout going late in the game with Florida over Buffalo.
Well, between the two of them, the goals against is 4 and 3.5. That's not bad.
Right. So the crowd standing here on a Friday night, and a disappointing night last night for the Red Wings, although they got a point out of it, and will get 2 much-needed points tonight, and they'll be singing here at the Joe.
Touching me, Neil Diamond. Touching you. They love to sing that here at the Joe.
Keep going.
Sweet Caroline. Da-da-da. Oh, they're feeling it here tonight.
Red Wings win it 7-4. Johan Franzen with a couple of goals. Big night for the top line. 11 points. David Legwand, 3 of them with his first goal and 2 assists. And Gustav Nyquist, a goal and 3 helpers. As they salute the crowd. So back-to-back nights and a big night last night to come away with 3 points. Pretty good. Let's update for you. 71 points now for the Red Wings. Toronto holding down the guaranteed spot in the Atlantic where the Red Wings would love to get to. Just 3 behind and with a game in hand.
And more importantly, too, the ROW on the right-hand side, regulation and overtime wins. Detroit climbs closer to Tampa Bay, 25 and 28. Toronto has 24. And the rest are moving away.
What that means is, if there's a tie, you take out the shootouts. They do not count. That's what the ROW, regulation or overtime wins.
Your first tiebreaker. If the teams end up tied in points, the ROW is your first tiebreaker.
Here's Eric Friney.
Number 14, Gustav Nyquist. Star number 2 from Detroit, number 93, Johan Franzen. And star number 1, also from Detroit, with his first goal as a Detroit Red Wing, number 17, David Legwand.
Well, I'm David and Carol, the family boy. They'll be happy tonight for David, the Grosse Pointe Woods native. Nice night, a night he'll never forget, and the Red Wings won't for a while either. 7 goals tonight, a season high. Our coverage continues with Red Wings Live as we send it to Mickey York.